people who are the main characters in your documentaries, like you inhabit a very intimate space with them. You must develop. How do you manage the trust?
You've got to cast the right people that you can befriend and sort of fall in love with, where you can find a little place at their dinner table or a bed in their family house. I mean, that's my... In the way I make films, I think that it's just the way I do it. I don't think everybody should do it this way. It's insane, really, because you kind of sacrifice your own life and your own family in a way for this thing that you do. But I mean, I still dream of making a film in a normal schedule. I think it's possible one day.
At the end of Working for the Enemy, in the last shot, Kevin acknowledges his life is in a better space, and he saw the process of making the documentary as a catalyst for his change. How do you see? Is your relationship with your subject? It strikes me that it was somewhere between a friend and a therapist almost.
But I think that's also an interesting thing that I'm looking for when I'm casting, is that someone's going to step into the experience. So the third act of a film, in a way, for me, is that moment of change. You know, with the Reluctant Revolutionary, with Case or with Kev, that they're all. It's quite a close examination that none of us really would ever normally go under. If you imagine somebody with you for 6 months or longer, asking more or less 5 or 6 similar questions, but just phrased in different ways repeatedly. There's an awareness that I think, a self-awareness that comes out of it. And usually I'm casting people that are kind of down on their luck. I like to think that the film, for film is a leg up for whoever I film. So when I'm looking for people to film, I'm looking for people that'll not just step into the film, but that'll benefit from the film. And I can see that the film can do them good, because I know it's going to be a fucking nightmare to make. Yeah. And it's going to be all my life and all my time. So it feels, what do we live for? You might as well live for something meaningful. I used to stand at a lathe every day, and now I'm not. So, it's rewarding to see that. I look for that, so that if they step into the process, and I don't really tell them too much about what the process will involve. I try to play ignorant in that way, but that I like to see that happen on camera. And then I know that the big thing will be travelling festivals. When someone has lost all confidence in themselves, maybe, or they've been down on the luck, to suddenly see their life condensed into sort of 70 or 90 minutes, and then come down and meet an audience afterwards. It hands quite a lot back to them. Yeah. Do you know what? When I first did that Kev film, I didn't work with a crew, and it's something real simple. I was really nervous going around, so I was like looking for Kev, working for the enemy guy, and I was like, someone said, "Listen, there's this guy that you should go and see, but actually, I don't think he's a very weird guy. But someone says his artwork is amazing and his politics are amazing." So it was like really nerve-wracking. I remember going around knocking on his door and saying, "Hi, I'm Seán. Mate of Paul's and mate of Molly's, Oh, yeah, what do you want? Well, I was just wondering about making a film. Why would I want to make a film? I'm enjoying my life on the dole. Why would I want to... I said, I've got no fucking idea why you'd want to make a film. I'm just asking you. At that point, I felt really nervous, and I thought, actually, what happened then, because I didn't go as a crew, I just went as little old Seán, was that he took me in, and I wasn't outcrowding him. So wherever I go, I realise now that as you go on your own, they take you in. And by taking you in, they take you in. Everybody goes in a lot closer and a lot more. And you don't go drinking with the cameraman at the end of the day in the hotel. You hang out with the characters that you're filming on. They're your social life and your subjects. And in that way, you get completely absorbed into the material, into the subject, and no minute of your time away from the nest is wasted. You're immersed in there. That's why, I guess. Plus, I can't stand cameramen. They're all, from film school, nightmare. Like robots on sticks. These little cameras, they do it for you. And focus nowadays, you don't even need to focus. Just press the button and go. My camera workshop, when I do this camera workshop at the film school, lasts about 3 seconds.
Auto.
So put it on autofocus and hit the red button and go. What else do you need to know about the camera?
What about sound?
Well, someone said to me, usually they say, God, the sound is terrible on your films. It's so muffled, or this and all that. And then on the last film I did, they came out, they said, the sound is amazing. What happened? I said, I never used a microphone. And it was all the onboard camera mic. So for the last 2 films, this is not being recorded, is it? I've not used a microphone. Well, that was partly down because, it was dangerous to have a microphone in Syria. You could get shot. I say that in a really lame way. It's just that I couldn't be bothered.
God,
Get close enough and you can get the sound, I think, can't you?
Oh, wow. God, because the sound is great on them. I didn't think... I thought you would have had a...
That's the secret.